Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and in this video Christina is going to show you how to make this adorable little Easter basket. This was done in several colors of sport weight yarn, and it'd be a great way to use up your scraps for the little eggs. You could also do this in a worsted weight yarn. It's done with a little bit of a raised double crochet to create the basket type look here. This is one of 8 projects that we're doing, at least 8 projects, and I hope that you subscribe to our channel, like, share, and comment on our videos. It really helps us out a lot, and I hope that you have a great Easter and that you enjoy this project.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from maggiescrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you the pattern for this cute little Easter basket applique. This is pattern number FP221. Now this sample here is made with a sport weight yarn, but a number 3 lightweight yarn. But I'm going to be showing you using Lisbeth, which is a brand of crochet thread that we carry at maggiescrochet.com. So I've got this is called Latte Foam. It's a slightly variegated beige. That's what I'm going to be using for the base of my basket. And then I've got 3 different colors for my Easter eggs. You can use whatever colors you like. I'm using these 3. Now I happen to be out of the number 3 yellow, so this is number 10. Now crochet thread is one of those things that the bigger the number, the smaller the thread. So I've got 2 balls, and I'm going to be doubling the yellow to make my little yellow egg. All the rest of these I'll be working in a single strand. Now since the crochet thread is a little bit thinner than a number 3 yarn, I'm going to go down a hook size. I'll be using a size E today. This was made with a size F, so if you're going to use the sport weight, go ahead and use size F. If you want to try the crochet thread, you probably want to try to go down a size to an E or so. I've also got a yarn needle for later on when I'm ready to put it all together, and my clippers. So let's get started. Let me show you how this works up. So I'm going to start with the main part of the basket and a slip knot. Always, always, always starting with my slip knot. Okay, first I'm going to chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, I do find counting out loud helpful. I'm going to double crochet in the 3rd one for the hook. So skip 1, 2, and in the 3rd one, there's a double crochet. And then I'm going to do a double crochet in each chain across. So I'll have a whole row of just double crochets. I really love this Latte Foam thread that I'm using because, you know, it does have the variation in it, but just ever so slightly. It's going to give us a pretty realistic looking basket weave. Because, you know, if you think about most naturally woven baskets, you know, there's some natural variation in there. So when we're done, we should have 11 double crochets plus the turning chain from the end. This is one pattern where we are not counting the turning chain as a double crochet. And there's our last one. Okay, so we have a whole row of 11 double crochets plus our turning chain. Row 2, chain 1, 2 single crochets all the way across. You can start to see the yarn that I'm using now is just a little bit darker than the row before. Gotta tell you guys, variegated yarn is one of my favorite things in the whole world. All right, so that's a row of single crochets. Just to be sure, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 single crochets. Now the next row, chain 2 and turn, and we're going to start working front post double crochet. Now this is one of those things that might sound a little complicated, but really it's about the easiest thing you could ever do. Start out as though you're going to do a double crochet. Yarn under, pick up a loop, and then normally you'd go down, you know, into your stitch like that, but instead of doing that, we're going to go behind the double crochet we did on the previous row, and we'll draw up our loop behind that. So see, I've got 3 loops on, and then I'll just finish it like a normal double crochet. Pull through 2, pull through 2. And what that does is pull my double crochet kind of in front of the other rows, and it's going to bump it out just a little bit and give us a nice, well, kind of woven texture, which is great because we're making a basket. Next, we're going to do a regular double crochet. Skip the stitch where this double crochet would have gone and do a double crochet. Oh, let's see, no, that should have gone in there, so we're going to go into this one. Maybe, there we go. Regular double crochet. Okay, then skipping this double crochet down here, we'll front post into the next one, and we'll keep alternating front post and regular double crochets all the way across. So skipping the stitch in the back where this one would have gone, skip that one, go down through this one. It's called a front post because you can do a back post as well. I'm not going to show you that right now, so I don't want to confuse anybody, but that's why it's called a front post, is because you can also go through the back. And then front post around this one. So now that I've done a couple, you can see how those really stand out, and they give you a nice texture for our little basket. And then a double crochet in the last stitch. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 popped up double crochets, and then the rest are worked into the single crochet row like we would usually do. Okay, next row, chain 1, do a single decrease. Starts like a single crochet, pull loop through, but before you pull through those 2, go into your next stitch like you're going to do another single crochet, and then pull a loop through all 3 of those at once. So we've gone from having 2 stitches to just 1. Then we're going to double crochet across, or sorry, single crochet across. I've been doing doubles all day. And when we get to the last 2 stitches, 1 and 2, we'll do another decrease. So insert the hook into the stitch, grab a loop of yarn, pull it through, insert into the next stitch, grab a loop, pull it through, and then pull through all 3 at once. Okay, so we should have 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I went 1 too soon. But you know what? That's okay, because crochet is really easy to take out. So 1 more stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease, and the last stitch is going to be in this turning chain. There we go. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. Okay, we got 1 more row left for the main part of the basket. So chain 2 and turn. Now you're going to double crochet in the first single crochet of, well, the next single crochet. So skip this first one, double crochet into this single crochet right here. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet around the regular double crochet of row 3. So here's a front post. We didn't front post in this one, we just went straight above it. We're going to do a front post double crochet around this one. Okay, and then on top of our previous front post, we'll just do a regular double crochet, and we'll do this all the way across. So front post into your regular double crochet from row 3, and then a regular double on top of the previous front post. So you'll see how we've got the bump ups here and then the offset bumps up on the higher row. I gotta say again, I love how these colors are coming together with the variegated yarn. So we're going to get one more front post in. And then a double in the last single crochet. All right, so there's our basket. Now this that we've just finished is actually the bottom of the basket. We're going to turn it up like this. Since this has such a pretty edge and we're not putting an edging on the basket, that's going to be the bottom, and our foundation chain is the top where the eggs are going to peek out. So that's the main body of the basket. We'll put that aside for a second because our basket needs a handle. Start with a chain stitch. And we're going to chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 chains. Okay, and the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, do a single crochet. And then we'll do a single crochet in the next one as well. And then our pattern is this. In the next single crochet we're going to do, in the next chain we're going to do 2 single crochets. So 2 single crochets in the same spot, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. Two single crochets in the next one. One single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. All right. So this one gets 2 single crochets. And then 1 each in the next 2. Now you'll notice that I'm only working into 1 loop of my foundation chain. That's what I usually do. It's habit for me. You may notice, however, it does leave a little bit of a space where especially where I did 2 single crochets in 1 chain loop. So if you don't like that, you know, you may want to work into 2 loops or work into the bump on the back. I kind of like it. I think that looks fine. So I'm going to continue doing this because, like I said, it's what's most natural for me, and therefore it's the fastest. And it kind of gives, I don't know, I kind of like the little scallop it gives it. So you'll have 1 odd chain at the end, just do a single crochet into that. And then finish off. And there's your handle. Now the only thing we have left to make is a couple of eggs. Let's see, here's the turquoise one. Start with your slip knot. And here's how you make an egg. Chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So skip 1, here's the second one, single crochet. Single crochet in the next chain. And then in the last chain, you're going to do single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the same spot. Okay? Now kind of rotate around so you're working on the other side of your foundation chain, and you're going to do a single crochet in each of the next 2 chains. So this is the one we just worked in right there, so we'll skip that. Going to the next one. If you want to work your end in as you go, that's perfectly fine, or you can always wait and do it later. So we've done a 2 single crochets there, and then we're just going to slip stitch it to the first single crochet we did at the very beginning. Just slip stitch it there, and then finish it off. If you're wondering why my yarn is pre-cut, it was the second time I made this video. I forgot to turn the microphone on the first time. So that's why all my yarn's pre-cut. But there's my little turquoise egg. I also have a blue one and a purple one. I've got a basket, I've got a handle, and I think now we can put this all together. So let's start with, here's our basket. Now again, the end we ended on is the bottom. And we're going to sew our eggs into the top of the basket. So let me start with the turquoise one that I just did. Actually, I'm going to start with the yellow one, because I'm going to put the yellow one in the middle. So I think I'm going to work from the middle out. I find the easiest way, in general, get my yarn on the needle is to pinch it in half and push it through. It's a lot easier than trying to push the raw end through. Alright, so I've got my yellow egg on my needle. Let's see. The middle is about this stitch right here. So flip it to the back. I'm just going to kind of work it right into here. Now, if you think that your Easter basket is going to come under some stress, if it's going to be pulled on a lot, if it's going to, have to withstand small children, yanking, anything like that, you may want to do a few more stitches than I'm going to do right here. But, since my Easter basket's not in any kind of danger, just these couple of little whip stitches should be plenty enough to hold it. I'll just tie a knot, and we'll cut off that end in a minute. We'll just go ahead and cut them all off at the same time. Yellow Easter egg. Let's see, we'll put the blue one on the other side. So again, fold the yarn in half, kind of shimmy it through the eye of the needle. This is a relatively small yarn needle that I'm using. You can certainly use bigger. So we're going to put it to this side. So flip it over again to the back. You can space your eggs out if you want. You can put them closer together. Whatever looks good to you. Alright, that's probably good. So now we'll just knot this one off. Okay. There's 2 little Easter eggs. We've got one more, the dark purple one. And let's see, it's going to go right about here. Do I have a method when it comes to sewing these on? Just kind of whip stitch it till it feels pretty sturdy. But again, think about what you're using this for. If this is a Easter tree ornament, you're probably good. If you're planning on putting it on a small child's outfit as a cute little applique, which would be adorable, but you may need to stand up to a little more wear and tear. Let me go ahead and clip these down a little bit more so they're not flopping all over the place. All right. this a little better. And we don't need this in this long either. All right, almost done. Just needs a handle. Now let's see, I left a long end, so I can sew one end in with this, maybe both. Or you can always just get a new piece of thread and work with that. So make sure when you put your eggs in that you don't space them out too far, because you do have to get the handle on the side here. You want the foundation chain in and the crochets on the outside. So let's see, this is going to go here. And again, I'm just going to kind of whip stitch it real quick. Use your judgment as to how secure this needs to be, what it needs to stand up to. Alright, that's not going to be enough for us to do the other side, so we'll knot this off here. And get another little piece. You can probably do both sides with less than a foot. Now, if you're bringing in a new piece of yarn, one that's not an end that's not attached yet, you can go ahead and tie a little knot in the end of it, but do know that's not going to hold it. You know, you're pulling through crochet, which has lots of holes in it, so that'll kind of give it a temporary stopping point, but you'll need to secure it further. So let's see, make sure your handle's not twisted. Don't want a twisted handle. And I'm just going to pull just until I feel that knot catch. And then what I want to do is go through the back here. And this is how I do. You can certainly do it however you like, but here's how I do it. I'm going to loop through, stick my needle through the middle of that knot I just made. The knot that I just made apparently, oh, there we go. That might have been too tight for my needle to go through. But now that's going to be a really secure foundation for this thread. So let's give it a couple more little whip stitches across. In retrospect, I think I would have left a long beginning tail from my basket, because you can see the short one right there. That's the short tail from beginning my basket. I could have used that to sew on this end of the handle. And as you saw, I had enough from my long tail left in my handle to sew it on that side. So that way I would never have had to bring in a separate piece. So knot that off, clip it, and then imagine with me for just a moment that I've got all these ends tucked in. Okay, so again, here's the one made out of sport weight number 3 yarn with the size F hook, and this is the one I just made with the Lisbeth thread and the size E hook without the ends tucked in yet. So you can see the difference. Mine came out just a little bit smaller because I was working with a smaller thread size and a smaller hook. And as I said, you know, I use the same colors for the eggs in each one. You can certainly use whatever colors you want, whatever matches what you're doing, or whatever strikes your fancy. So I hope this has helped you out. Again, this is pattern number FP221. If you've got any questions, if something was unclear to you, please leave a message down in the comments and we'll try to clear that up for you. Thanks so much for watching. All the supplies you need for this project can be found at maggiescrochet.com.
Draw up a loop, draw through 2, draw through 1. Yarn over. Or if you accidentally drop it, those loops won't fall off your hook. So now I'm going to continue on, skip that one, pick up this one, skip,